Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Fly Guy Outdoor Channel. Well, it is August 2025. It is starting to cool off a little bit. Humidity's coming down, end of the summer's coming down to an end. And today, I thought we'd talk about something a little different. Today we're not going to talk about boating, and we're not going to talk about fishing. So if you were hoping to see something on the subject, feel free to scroll on to the next video. Today, we're going to talk about hunting. Now, I know it's, for some people, a little early to be talking about hunting stuff and things like that. But I'm a big advocate for practice the way you play. So, practice the way you fish, or you plan to fish. Practice the way you hunt, you hike. Practice all of that. That way, when something happens, you're ready for it. You've got it there. You don't go on practice hikes with a light pack, because then your body won't be ready when you have a heavy pack on. So today we're going to talk about a product that I haven't really seen any videos on, because I don't know if a lot of people know about it. It's not widely advertised. This is the SHEDOFF 6-panel 1 to 3 person hunting blind. It is a pop-up spring style blind. Like I said, it has 6 panels. It comes in 2 different camouflage patterns. It has 360 degree field of view. And when we go inside, you'll see that. It's actually a mesh, if you can see that. It has windows on every single side. It comes with stakes. When you originally pop this up, when we go inside, you'll see there are three poles you have to put up to get the top to pop up. The insides of the panels here have spring steel in them. It's about a 1/4 inch wide spring steel all the way around. And it's very roomy. It's very nice. I really like this. This is the first blind that I have purchased. Get you backed out here. This is the first blind that I've purchased, but not the first blind that I have used. I've used smaller blinds that are 1 person and 1 to 2 person, and they work nice, but I really like this one. This is the first blind that I've purchased. And I wanted to go with a company that was reputable for their quality, and SHEDOFF is. So, I got this from Amazon. I don't remember how much it was. Probably a little more expensive now with the tariffs and all that, but I don't know. I do believe these are made in the USA, but don't quote me on that. But we're going to go over this. So, just like any blind or any tent, it has holes here for your string, so you can run a string down to your stake for windy conditions. Down the bottom on between each panels, it has loops for stakes down there. It has 1 door. Everything is zipper, and although they say it's quiet zipper, it's just the standard zipper. It's not like the sliders or anything like that. Everything on here is a zipper. So we'll keep walking all the way around here. Mosquitoes are out here just tearing me apart. So if I'm fidgeting or the camera angle's not great, forgive me. I'm trying not to get, eaten alive out here. So you can see the camo pattern is kind of like a fall pattern. It's got a lot of brown leaves, pine cones, and things like that. So we'll go ahead and open this thing up. Now, just like any blind, when you go to do this, you want to be careful with the zippers. Listen, see how? Not really loud. Not really loud at all. So, you can see it is 360 degree view all the way around on every panel. The top does have a solid top to it, so if it rains, you should stay dry if you're sitting in the middle. The outside of it does have like a rubberized coating. We're going to close this up real quick. Now I'm doing this one-handed because I have my phone in the other hand. Switch hands here. Piece of fuzz or something there. Not a hard zipper when it's all the way up. You definitely feel a little more tension in it than you do when the top's not on. but not bad. So these are your standard bungee cord style poles. So they're carbon fiber or plastic on the outside, fiberglass on the outside, and they pull apart. They got the little bungee rope inside. Then they come up to the top. So it is 3 of them. They do have ties, so they stay on top. There's one in the middle. There's 3 poles. They go into these little pockets over here. Bring me back in here. They got these little pockets here that they sit in, and they give you your roof, your support and structure. So as you can see, there's every window, even the door. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. The door does not have a window, but you can open the top of it and do all that. So there's 360-degree view, windows on every panel except for the door, and stakeouts in every corner. So when you get this blind, it comes with obviously the blind, the poles, which come in a bag. It's in there. It's a little pole bag, stakes, and a carry bag, along with the rope to do the outside string downs, the tie downs for like high wind and stuff. So sitting in here right now, and I'm a big guy. I'm 5'10", 300 pounds. If I go from one shoulder here, and I've got plenty of room. So one here, let's say we got a guy standing here watching this way. We have another guy here watching this way. We could probably fit a third here. 3 guys of my size would be a little tight, but 2 is absolutely doable. And that's with me, a chair, my pack, and my weapon. Now, if you don't like hunting, I get it. I'm not advocating for killing animals or anything like that. For me, it's for food. I don't kill animals for trophies. I kill animals for food, purely for food. So, but back to the blind. This lower band that you see here is actually it's a sewn-in strap. So every once in a while you have a sewing here, and you can stuff brush in there, so you can brush in your blind. Now, if you don't know what brushing in is, that's where you take natural foliage, sticks and branches and things like that, and you put them around the base, and it offsets the outside shape of your blind. So obviously when you see this, you can tell by the shape of this, it is a man-made structure. Well, when you put branches out there, not only does it blend in with the camouflage, it also helps offset the shape of this blind. All right, because deer can't see as much color as we can. They're more or less looking for movement, and they're looking for, sorry, the neighbor's dogs. They're looking for weird shapes. Like if you have this set up on a ridge, and in the background is the sky. Like if you're at the bottom of the ridge looking up and you see this, you're going to know that's a man-made structure immediately. But if you put this a little further down the ridge and you brush it in, if you're just walking through the forest, it might take you a second to see that. And that's with a human eye. Deer aren't always as susceptible to these things. I mean, if you've ever hunted from a blind, you know I've had deer walk right up to a blind and literally stick their nose in the blind and not even realize I was in there. Now, luckily, they didn't smell me and get spooked and run off or alert the other deer around them. They just kind of stuck their nose in, sniffed, and kept on walking. And it was kind of creepy because everybody hears about, oh, a deer, they found me, they smelled me, I was downwind or whatever. And then you just sit there and they just walk up. They're looking right at you. They're not even 3 feet away from you. You can walk out and smack them. And then all of a sudden they just, oh, all right, just keep on walking. So there's obviously situational differences for everybody. But this is inside. Now, obviously, when you go to set this up, the first thing you want to do is clear your ground. Clear the area that this is going to, your footprint, if you will. That way, if you're in here walking, you're not snapping on sticks, twigs, leaves, whatever have you. You're not making any noise. And the reason this is up right now is I want to let this thing air out. I've had this for 7 months now. I want to let it air out. I want to get that rubbery smell off of it. I want to just let it defume itself. It's been sitting in my basement, and I've never used this before. Like I said, this is a brand new blind to me, and I really like it. It's really got some good material. Like, the walls are thick. They don't feel flimsy. They're not grabbing my fingernail. So, I mean, they're really, really nice. I really like them. I've used, oh man, forget exactly who made it. It was a Walmart blind, and it had the Real Tree camo on there, and it worked great. Absolutely great. It was a one-man blind, though. Big enough for me, my pack, a chair, and a gun. So, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to stake this thing out. I'm going to let it air out. I'm going to let it sit out here for a little bit. I don't think we're expecting rain, but I'm also kind of curious to see how dry it stays in here in the rain. And I'm not looking for a torrential downpour. I just want to see what it's like in a nice rain. So, this is the SHEDOFF 6-panel 1 to 3 person blind. Like I said, you can get this on Amazon. You can probably find this on their site, but I have yet to see another YouTube video of this blind. So, for any hunters out there, you know, practice the way you play. There's those pockets I was telling you about, so you can stick your brush in there and camouflage your blind in. So, practice the way you play, guys. Be safe out there. Happy hunting. Catch you later.